quite overwhelming. So I can teach you a way to cheat your way to health, TM. So get your pens ready. The first one is really simply just drink more water. And I know that this seems like such throwaway advice, but as an esteemed podcast guest of yours, Dundee Kim, said, water heals, which is true. There's no actual universally agreed number of liters you should drink, except that in general, you should drink more. 80% of my patients who come in will tell me that they don't drink enough water. So as a general rule of thumb, men, you drink between 2.5 to 3 liters, women between 1.5 to 2, depending on your needs. And water is so important because it lubricates your joints, it brings more oxygen to your muscles, it makes you less tired. So automatically, that's one thing you can do.
Yeah, wow.
It's seriously so simple. So definitely ditch the alcohol. So goodbye sponsorship.
But this might not be the podcast to say that. That's what I'm saying. This might not be the podcast to say
Business
that.
over HTO.
Alcohol has water in it, doesn't it?
There's actually a lot of water in alcohol. So interesting enough, I don't get hangovers anymore unless I mix. Because I drink, like if I drink a lot. No, so I actually get tested every year. Like my liver's fine. Like I come from a family of alcoholics. It's actually fine. Like we have like super hardcore livers.
Is your GP registered? Is he an actual? Is your GP your neighbor who's also the chiropractor?
He's also my tax accountant. He's a few other things. My friend. No.
Okay, so the second thing is ditch your phone, lessen your screen time. 2 things that comes out of there is, seriously. When you use your phone or devices less, you sleep better and you're able to focus better. And this will tie in quite nicely when people tell me that they don't have time to exercise because the average person spends about 2.5 hours on their phone a day. So if you don't use your phone so much, you automatically get a spare hour to go to a gym class. Also, blue light. Blue light is terrible because it suppresses the melatonin in your brain. Melatonin you need to kickstart your sleeping pattern. So when you're getting blue light just blasting through your retinas day in, day out, sleep just doesn't get kicked in, REM doesn't get achieved, you just wake up tired.
So blue light is just the light from a monitor or
light from a monitor. Yeah. So every device comes with display settings that you can change. So the warmer it is, the less blue light there is. Androids, Apple phones, most of the new Mac computers will allow you to set a schedule as well. So you can set your light settings to go into more warm instead of more blue from say 5 p.m. onwards. A few hours before. It makes a big difference.
Oh. Dave, do you want to share with Jace how you meditate regularly so that you manage to get your rest that you need?
Yeah, I'll meditate. I just sometimes fall asleep. So I'm so tired.
Dave has fallen asleep multiple times. He's fallen asleep multiple times in front of me saying I'm meditating, and then I'll just like hear light snoring from the side. He's just like, that's his meditation daily.
The third thing is get rid of the office creep. And I don't mean Dave. Dave is just the biggest creep of them all.
Gosh. I've built a good reputation for myself.
I've heard these podcast episodes. I know what you're like. So muscular creep. The big name is viscoelastic creep. When you're sitting down all the time, which you guys obviously do with your work, your muscles and your joints actually mold in a particular position. So even when you're standing up and walking around, your brain automatically wants you to sit down again. So over time, you spend a lot of energy trying to stand up straight. So just move. And I don't mean just stand up, because even if you get a standing desk and you're not moving, that's not really helping either. Actually stretch. You know those old aunties you see doing Tai Chi in the park? They're actually onto something.
Oh, nice. It's called muscular creep.
Muscular creep, viscoelastic creep.
Oh, let me know if I'm doing this correctly. So I have a Pomodoro thing, right? So it sets off 45 minute timer. So I work for 45 minutes. Then it gives me a 7 minute break, so where I can walk around. Is that enough time?
7 minutes is fine. Walking around is fine. What you should do, though, is you should actually stretch, like push your body to not limits, but stand there and stretch it out, and actually hold the stretch for an amount of time as well. Ideally, you want to hold yourself in a position for about 90 seconds, because if you're just doing this where you're pulsing, that actually doesn't really do all that much. So move, but also incorporate some stretches into it.
That's oddly enough, I've been doing this just on accident, because when I have calls, I need to distract myself a lot. So when I'm on business calls and stuff, so I just walk around, do stretches. I literally clean the house while I'm on a phone call. It's really useful, and I do incorporate stretches sometimes because I just have nothing to clean, so I just start doing stretches and like random stuff. I didn't even realize that was helpful.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So, yep. Sorry.
Yeah. And the last one is, again, quite simply, just breathe properly. We're mostly mouth breathers. When you mouth breathe, the air only reaches the top half of your lungs, and it doesn't really stimulate the relaxation. So what you want to do is breathe through your nose. And the quick way to do that is just put your tongue up against the roof of your mouth, and you straight away breathe through your nose. Because when you actually bring air into the bottom of your lung, you stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the chill one, where it actually brings more oxygen to your brain and you can think better and you're more calm, you're more relaxed, you're not constantly on edge. So little things to incorporate, because again, when you give someone a big, long list of things to do, compliance is normally not there.
Yeah, like the big morning routine thing.